Have you ever tried the sous vide mode on your Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer? We're going to look at that today and make some super sweet chicken wings. Well, actually, they're going to be spicy, but you get what I mean. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You, and my channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like it. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click that bell so you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. Now, let's try out the sous vide mode on our Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer. Before we continue on much further, I wanted to get your opinion on something. I'm trying out a new mic, and I want to hear from you. What does it sound like? Any good? Go back to the old way? Let me know down in the comment section below. When determining how much water you need, first I like to put some in the pan, and then I put my food in a bag and push it down in, okay? So what I do is I do not want to go above the full line that's here, but I also want to make sure the food is completely covered. So here I know that I am, so I can take it out. And as you can see, the water's gone back down to where it was. So now we're ready to at least start the heating process. Now that I know how much water I have, I actually want to turn this on to the sous vide setting and let it start to heat. So here I'm going to click it here. You see it popped up. There's some tabs here. So it's beef, poultry, fish, pork. So let's go down to poultry. You can see how I click there. We're going to click yes. Now it has right here 1 hour. We are going to end up cooking for an hour, but first I want to change my temperature. So let's go down here, the temperature. It says 140. I want to bring that up to 165. I'm going to hit my button again. And now it's going to heat up. So just like before in my first video, it heats up in orange, and when it's ready, it will be red. Now that your Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer is heating, this is a good time to prep your food. For here, we're doing wings. It doesn't take a whole lot, and for me, I'm only going to be adding salt, and what I like to use is pink Himalayan sea salt. So what I'll do is I'll just grind this over top, sprinkling just a little bit on, and then I'll flip it and do the same on the other side. Now that our wings are seasoned on both sides, I put them into 2 different plastic bags. Normally I would put them in one, but I didn't like the large plastic bag that I had. It didn't have the right kind of seal at the top. I will say I did put the lid on top of here as it's warming up. You don't necessarily need it, but I figured it would help in the heating up process. So what I'm going to do now, sous vide, of course, it means vacuum sealed. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, you need to try to get as much air out of these bags as possible. I'm going to show you a little trick. All right, so what I do here is I put a straw in. Can you see the straw going in all the way to the bottom here? And it's got the little piece here at the top. And so I like to put this in the water. I get this part right here, and I start to just push it down, start to seal across a little bit all the way over here to the straw. And I push this under, and hopefully what's happening is the air is coming out. Pull my straw out, seal the rest, and there you have what looks to be pretty good vacuum sealed bag of chicken. The waiting for this to heat up is the hardest part. This has been going now for 30 minutes and it's still not ready. This is why it's a good time to do your preparation during the heating cycle. Therefore, the wait is not very frustrating. 45 minutes later, it's finally heated up. Whew, that was a long time. The unit just beeped, telling us that it's ready to go, and you can put your food in. What I do here is I'm going to push this down just so the water goes on top of there, making sure your Ziploc bags are super tight so no water gets in. I like to leave this above the water. I said earlier this would turn the red. That's actually wrong. It stays orange, and it will just do a countdown to let you know. You might see this right here. This is a temperature probe. I'm just interested to see if it maintains the same temperature the entire time. So that's just for me. We are about 20 minutes in, and I wanted to give you an update. Normally when you cook sous vide, you don't need a lid, and the heating element just stays in there and it's open and it maintains the temperature. And so that's how I started this. But after the first 2 or 3 minutes, I noticed the temperature dropped to like 156. So I opted to put the lid back on. And as you can see, we're at about 167. It alternates between 165, 166, and 167. So at least for me, the lid being on helped me maintain the temperature it was supposed to be. All right, so it just beeped. We are finished. I will show you something I did partway through. When I was looking into this, the bags kept falling down. So I ended up using my raised rack and used it almost like a weight because I noticed the bag, the top parts kept falling in, and then eventually the chicken itself would float to the top, and I didn't like that. So there we go. We are all done with our cook here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to prep these for the air fryer lid. So I am a huge fan of wings. Clearly, growing up in Buffalo, I lived on buffalo wings. Now, let me just show you what these looked like out of the little bags. I don't know, to me they just look kind of gross. Almost like they were boiled. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just get as many as I can in here to do the air frying option. I do have the lower rack too, but I'm not sure how much gets down there, so I'm really going to try to just get them here on the top. If I have to do 2 run-throughs, I will. But this is what I'm setting up now. Hopefully at the end, these look a whole lot better than they do now. Air fry lid just goes on, remember? It pushes down, the dials connect, and that's it. There is no twist. We're going to click air fry. I can do poultry. It's right there. I'm not going to do it for 30 minutes. My temperature, let's see. Oh, we got to do poultry. My temperature is going to be 400 degrees. My timer, I'm going to do 5 minutes, and then I'm going to switch it, flip them over, and try 5 minutes on the other side. Let's do this. The 5-minute cycle has come to an end. What we're going to do now is we're going to turn these wings over. Just by the look of them, they look like they're crispier. That being said, I like mine to be even more crispier than that, so maybe 5 minutes is not enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to run it for another 5 minutes just to see, and if I have to go longer, I'll let you know. 5 minutes on the other side has been done. They're still not as crispy as I like, so I'm going to run them again for another 5 minutes, and I also added some on the lower just to see what happens when they cook down there. 10 minutes on each side in the air fry is what did it for me. I like it about this level of crispiness. The ones that were on the bottom rack, they just weren't even cooking very well, so I put them back on the top, and they're finishing up right now in the machine. That's why it's running here in the background. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to toss these in some Frank's hot sauce and enjoy. Got my Frank's red hot wing sauce from Buffalo. I'm going to drench them in there. And I'm going to try my best to toss them. Let's see. All right, what do you think? Let's get one of the drummies out because that's the best. Oh, yeah, look at that. Good. Here's the end result. Not too bad. May not be Blaisdell pizza worthy, but you know what? They look delicious. All right, so here's our cleanup. I just have a little bit of oil at the bottom. I'll get that and scrub. But first, I had a question. What are your favorites? The flats or the drummies? And also, do you do ranch or blue cheese? I'm a blue cheese man myself. Let me know down in the comment section below. Those wings were delicious, and I know chicken wings. I grew up in Buffalo after all. So we utilize the sous vide mode combined with an air fry mode to make some really good chicken wings. The sous vide part took about an hour, and of course the air fryer, 10 minutes on each side, took about 20 minutes. And they were crispy and delicious and great. So I know you can do other things like steaks and other types of chicken and fish. I'm really interested to try some of those slow cook methods, especially on fish, because I always dry out the fish, and I would like to try this so maybe it's a little more moist and instead of dry. I like that you can put in different spices and seasonings, so as it's cooking, you're getting that extra boost of flavor. Anyway, today we were just looking at the Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer sous vide mode, just one of the options on there. This was Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review, well sort of, trial the sous vide mode for the Emeril Lagasse pressure air fryer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link up the original video if you didn't see it, and I'm going to put it right here. Make sure you're logged into YouTube so you can see it. I'm going to link it right here. Go ahead. I'll meet you over there. You can click it. It's safe. I promise.